Shalom, everyone. Yahweh laid it upon my heart to do a study comparing the Gregorian calendar to Yah's calendar to give a greater insight into why Yah's calendar is important even in the pagan world we live in today, especially for the people of Yahweh to be able to celebrate the Shabbat days and the Moedim of Yahweh, his special appointment times with mankind. The way I'm presenting this is because people I've noticed love to read along with me. So I've set it up like this. I hope that everything is visible and you can see it well enough to be able to follow. But I notice that people like to read where I'm reading, so I highlight where I'm reading so that it is easy to find, and you can chat or whatever and then go right back and follow and read when it gets to an important part that you're wanting to listen to and hear. So we just pray in the name of Yahweh our Elohim that all goes well, that he opens our eyes, ears, and hearts to see and understand his truth and be able to better manage to live a life that is Kodesh before him in the day and age in which we live. So let's get started. There are many different calendars in the world, but we are only going to present two. More than two would be a waste of time, and you will see why in just a few moments. The two we are presenting are the Gregorian calendar, which is used pretty much worldwide, and Yah's calendar, which most of the world has no idea exists. We are actually comparing a man-made calendar, the Gregorian, to a calendar designed by the Creator. And just as you would suspect, the man-made just cannot compare to Yah's calendar. Okay, let's just mention some specifics and find out why Yah's calendar is far superior to the Gregorian calendar. Where do we find the Gregorian calendar? Well, we find it in stores and in various places. Sometimes we find it on our watches. It's printed on paper in some places. You can find it online. If you didn't have a copy of that calendar and the copy was not available, now that sounds hard for it to be possible because there's always available copies of the Gregorian calendar. But if there weren't, I'm just saying, if there weren't, would you know what day it was? I would quickly answer no. We would have no basis for determining the day of the week or the day of the month or even which month it is. We would simply be lost. On the other hand, where do we find Yah's calendar? Do you know? It's in the sky. He designed it from the very beginning to be able to keep man following him and following his timeline and following his Kodesh days. The seventh day Shabbat, weekly Shabbat, the monthly Shabbat, which is the new moon day, and the appointed times, feast, and Moedim that Yahweh wants to celebrate with each and every one of us. So, Yahweh's calendar is in the sky. It goes by the sun, moon, and the stars. Three witnesses. Three witnesses are necessary to prove any one thing. Everyone has access to it. Looking at one of the simplest aspects of Yah's calendar, we always know the first day of the month. We just watch for the full moon. The day following the full moon is the first day of the next month. With a little understanding from the scriptures, the book of Chanot in particular, which the Catholic Church took away from most of the world, but I still have it. I still have the book of Chanot. And that's why I know how to follow Yahweh's calendar, because most of the information is put there in Chanukah by Yahweh himself. But with just a little understanding from the scriptures, we can know the exact month. We may have to wait on some celestial signs to gain this information, but the fact is, the information is available to anyone who wants to know and is willing to watch the Shamayim, the sky. How can you find the Shabbat days with the Gregorian calendar? Let's see. Short answer, you cannot. It is flawed from the beginning in that you are always following 7 subsequent days. It is always Sunday through Saturday, or whatever it is. If you change it, and Monday's the first day of the week and Sunday's the last day of the week. But regardless, it's 7 subsequent days, and that is not the way Yahweh laid this earth out. This earth and the sun and the moon and the stars as well. He laid it out with a purpose of renewing every single month. It's always, there is no distinction in the Gregorian calendar unless you say the Shabbat will always fall on Saturday, or the Shabbat will always fall on a Sunday, or Shabbat will even fall on a Friday for some. It depends on which group is worshiping. But the fact of the matter is, you can never find the Shabbat by the Gregorian calendar. Let's take a look at this idea. If, since the beginning of time, there was an error of only one day, the true Shabbat would forever be lost. Like I said, that is a flawed design from the beginning. It was never intended from creation until now that we follow 7 subsequent days. Yahweh designed his calendar with the here and now system. Hey, look up, there it is above you. You can see it. We can simply look up to the sky and await the full moon. If we don't have any idea what month it is or what day it is, we can start knowing by looking at the sky. And when we see the moon become full, we will know that this is Yahweh's next month, the day following, and that is termed New Moon Day. The first day of a month is a monthly Shabbat. It is a Kodesh day. It is termed New Moon Day. I just covered that. The first work day is the second day of the month. The first weekly Shabbat will occur on the 8th day of the month, because you have a Kodesh day, New Moon Day, the first day of the month, and you have 6 working days, followed by another Shabbat, which falls on the 8th day of the month. And so it's like that. Every day of the week that falls in this category will fall on a 7-day Shabbat. The 8th, the 15th, the 22nd, and the 29th. And it has been that way since the beginning of time. 4 Shabbats in every single month, Yahweh's month. This works out, and there is nothing that is better than Yah's calendar. But the world has its own way. But you know what I think about the world. Okay, let me get down to where I've covered and have it read. Okay, 4 weekly Shabbats every single month. We never have to miss the Shabbats again. We can keep every single one from this time forward. And to me, that says a lot. Now that we have established that Yah's calendar is superior to any man-made calendar, let's take a look at the first month of the year of Yah's calendar. This month is the only month that I am certain Yah gave it a name. It is the month of Aviv. Now it looks like Abib, but the B in this in the Hebrew is a soft B, so it takes on the V sound and not the B sound. So it is Aviv. The other months are given names by the Hebrews, but one name is Tammuz, and I don't remember which month that is. It's on in the middle of the year. Tammuz is a Babylonian god. Do you think Yahweh would name the month after a Babylonian god? Another is Nisan, another Babylonian god, and that is the name of the first month, which Yahweh named Aviv. But the Hebrews seem to like the name Nisan, and they still call it Nisan. Why it doesn't register in their mind that Yahweh definitely hates that, I don't know. But I know. And so I'm not going to follow the names of the months that were given by man. I'm going to call Aviv, the first month, the only month that has a name. And I will just disregard the rest of the names. It's no need. I can call the months by their numbers, 1 through 13. Yes, there are 13 months in the calendar of Yah, sometimes, about once every 3 years. And that is a renewal time, and it brings back in line all of the seasons. So Yah's calendar is the only calendar in creation that can bring the seasons back into alignment. We can see by the calendar on our left here, that you can see right over there, that the first month of the year begins on the pagan day of April 17, 2022, which is the Hebrew year of 5783. Many of you have asked me that, but I told you it wasn't really important because it's just a number, and it's probably incorrect. This year may be off by as much as 200 years or so, give or take. So, in alignment to what I explained earlier, the first day of the month is New Moon Day. The first weekly Shabbat occurs on the 8th day of the month. That would be 1/8/5783. The 10th day of the month is the time for choosing a perfect lamb for the sacrifice. This was back in the time before Yeshua. On the 10th of the month, they would choose a lamb for their sacrifice, and their sacrifice will begin on Pesach. Since Yeshua is the perfect sacrifice, we no longer need a sacrifice in a material manner, but rather a remembrance of Pesach and what Yeshua has done for us. We would choose what we would grill or cook for the Pesach supper. There is no sacrifice. The one true sacrifice has already been given, so we will just celebrate that sacrifice over on the day of Pesach, and that will be on 01/14/5783 at 2:30 to 3:30 p.m. It varies. It doesn't really matter so much. Just when you get ready to grill, and you grill and eat and cook your Pesach supper and enjoy Yahweh's presence in you and the lives of your family. If you want to go all out, you want to cook your Pesach supper accompanied with unleavened bread, because the second Moedim, appointed time that is the feast of unleavened bread, and it starts on the same day that Pesach starts. Pesach is only one evening. That's it. And then unleavened bread will last for 8 days until the 21st of the month. And the 21st is a Kodesh day in which no work should be done. So if you have the opportunity in this world to rest on that day, do so by all means. And the weekly Shabbat occurs on the following day, the 22nd day of month 1. Well, I hope that this has been enlightening to each one of you, and I pray that you all have a Baruch, a blessed Pesach and Feast of Unleavened Bread. Just enjoy. Have any questions about this? I will answer all questions to the best of my ability. Just leave your questions in the comments section below the video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And praise Abba, Father Yahweh. Praise Him for His calendar, His perfect calendar. Shalom, my friends.